Shalom. Like to start out by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to the elect all over the four corners of the earth. Shalom. This is Matthew 7 and 13. It says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there which go in thereat." So there's only one way that you're gonna be able to enter into the kingdom of heaven, into salvation. Okay, there's only one way for that, and that one way is that you're gonna have to go through Yahweh Bashim Shah. You got to go through Yahweh Shah. Okay. You have to. There's no other way. There's no other way to make it into the kingdom of heaven. Okay? You have to go through Yahweh Bashim Shah. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate. Okay? You got to go through that straight gate. Okay? And you got to go through that gate of righteousness, not destruction. Wide is the way for destruction, but narrow is the way that leadeth to salvation. See? There's a certain way you have to walk through that gate in order to make it into salvation. That wide gate that leadeth to destruction, you can walk sideways, you can walk straight, backwards, however, and receive that destruction. But in order to receive the righteousness, the kingdom of heaven, you're going to have to walk in order. You're going to have to walk a certain way. Okay? You got to walk in righteousness. See? And that's only for the elect to walk that path. See? That path is not meant for the 2/3 or the other nations to walk. That way is for the elect. It says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth into destruction." Right? You can find 1,000,001 things to do to go off and be destructive. You see? But guess what? If you want to make it make it into the kingdom of heaven, then guess what? You're gonna have to read the scriptures. You're gonna have to open the book and pray that the Lord have mercy upon you, sup with you. Okay, that's what you're gonna have to do. You got to be taught by men of understanding. Then guess what? Once you receive the understanding, you can't turn away from it. Then the Lord said, "Man that have his hand on the plow, looking back, is not fit for the kingdom." See? So once you in, you have to be in. If you ain't gonna be with it, then no point of coming in. Okay? Wasting brothers' time. It says, "And many there by which go," and there, verse 14, it says, "Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life." See? Narrow is the way that leadeth unto life. And few there be that find it. It's only a few that's going to find this narrow way that's going to lead them to life. Okay? That's going to follow the light. It's only a few that's going to do that. The scripture say many are called, but few are chosen. It's only a few that's going to. It's only a few that's going to actually go through the process of following the narrow, straight way of Yahweh Bashim Shah. Okay? It says, "Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way." See, this gate is straight. and narrow. You can't be crooked on on the straight and narrow. You can't be crooked. You saying you're crooked, meaning you'll do any and everything that's evil, but then you trying to walk the straight and narrow. It don't work like that. See? You have to be of the righteous. You have to be of the elect. Only the elect is gonna walk this narrow path. It says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few that be found. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep clothing, but inwardly they are raven wolves. See, the Lord sending the warning out to the elect. Be careful. Don't let the wicked that's pertaining to be the righteous. Don't let them take you out. Watch them. Okay, because you have men that want to put on as the elect, but then guess what? They don't want to follow after the guidelines of the elect that Yahweh Bashim Shah laid out for us, And Ezra said the same thing. We'll read it. In Ezra 7 and 5. Matter of fact, I just started at the top of it. 7 and 1. This is Ezra 7 and 1. It says, and when I made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights before. And he said unto me, up, Ezra, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, but it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. See? But the entrance were narrow like a river, right? But here it is. You had this he said, this big sea, right? Set very wide, okay? Deep and great. Here it is, the kingdom of heaven. It's something so great. It's something so worth fighting for. But guess what? The entrance to it is very narrow. It's very narrow and it's straightforward. And you have to follow it. Okay? You can't go left, can't go right. You got to stay on it. It says, who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it if he went not through the narrow? How could he come into the broad, right? Letting you know there's only one way, which is Yahweh Shah. You have to go the way of Yahweh. You have to go that route. It says there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right and on the left a deep water. Here it is, the kingdom of heaven. But it's very narrow. It's a narrow path to get to it, a narrow route. And then you have fire on one side and water on the other. You see? You fall in the fire, you burn. You fall in the water, you're going to drown. Okay? Destruction on either side. But you want to get to that kingdom, right? So guess what? You put one step in front of the other and you keep pushing and you keep following that narrow and straight way. Okay? That way of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah that he laid for us to take. And then before you know it, we will be in the kingdom. Because the devil, Esau, the so-called white man kingdom is falling, man. This thing only have a short amount of time. Okay? Before it's all up. And then guess what? We in the kingdom. So that's motivation to keep pushing. Okay? That's encouraging to keep pushing and walking this narrow path. Okay? It says, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that they could but one man go there at once. Right. Hey, you have, if you're part of the camps, then you have brothers, okay? But guess what? It's an individual walk. Cause guess what? What the Lord see you when you by yourself. He see you when you praying to him. He see you when you on your daily, trying your best to carry yourself as a man of the Lord. The Lord see that. So it's an individual thing. You know? He see you reading, trying to better yourself in the scriptures. He see all of that. You know? So it's a self thing. You gotta put your own work in. Can't ride off another brother. It says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? If you can't tackle and overcome the obstacles that's on the course, on this narrow course to the kingdom, if you can't overcome those obstacles, how are you going to enjoy and make it to the kingdom? You have to overcome. You have to endure. When the Lord put you in tempt you, when you get in put in those temptation, evils all around, okay? You have to make it through that in order to what? Receive the kingdom. See? Because it boosts and build up your faith for the next level. Then guess what? You overcome, you build up again to overcome the next level. It's levels. Okay? It says, because, it says, verse 10, it says, for I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. Whose portion? Israel's portion. Whose portion? Israel's portion. Okay? Our portion is to receive the kingdom of heaven. But we got to walk that narrow, straight path. We got to go that one way, which is the way of Yahweh Shema Shah. You see? It says, then were the entrance of the world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils, evils, and very painful. Right. You know, we went off. So guess what? That narrow way became, that broad way to the kingdom, a narrow path, like a sidewalk. You have a 4-lane highway, then you have a little sidewalk. That sidewalk is that narrow path. You got to take that. It's easy to get in that car and drive, 100 miles. It's very hard to walk it on a sidewalk. Well, guess what? The scripture say long suffering is one of the fruits of the spirit. We have to practice long suffering then. Because it's worth it. The kingdom of heaven is so worth it. You see? So we have to go through that straight path, So with that, continue on the straight path, that one way to Yahweh Shema Shah. And before you know it, we're going to be in the kingdom. Because this thing, Esau is falling. His kingdom is falling, So with that, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace and safety to the elect. Shalom.